Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to What the Fuck Are We Doing? I'm Randy.
And I'm Miranda.
And it's Monday once again, and we're back. Last week we celebrated National Best Friend Day because we are best friends, and we got to celebrate with the one and only Rodrigo, Miranda's boo thing.
Yeah.
And
Fun.
we talk very loudly.
Yeah. I even put a disclosure in like the fucking show notes because I was like, people are going to be like, why is this dude whispering?
Why is
But
he even on the show if
yeah.
we're going to just yell and power over him? But I mean, that is just the women that we are, I'd like to think.
I feel like I honestly like don't feel like when we were doing it, like sitting here, I didn't think we were that loud.
No, it didn't sound loud.
But I also think like remember when we first started recording and we could not figure out like why you were so much louder than me?
Yes.
Like I think it's cuz I have a raspy voice and I obviously his voice is like deeper than ours. So I feel like it just like registers like quieter. You know?
The one thing I've learned with recording the music segment on my own is that I think just in general, well, I mean, I feel like everyone does this, but like, you know, when you have your AirPods in or like headphones
Yeah.
or anything,
And you're like loud.
yeah, I'm one of those people that I feel like no one can hear me because of like
You know what's funny though?
what's
Is,
going
like,
on.
your music segments are always really quiet and I always have to make them super loud.
Okay, the funny thing, okay, this is something that I've been trying to test with that. So if you guys don't know, I have a music segment that's on here. It's bonus episodes every Wednesday. It's called What the Fuck Are We Listening To? Miranda was in like 2 of them, and then now it's just me. But
I'll come back, I swear.
Miranda is the editing queen. If you guys didn't know that, she does all the editing for the show. She's awesome at it. But so obviously, I record the music segment on my own, and I send it to her, and she listens and edits it. But most of the time, like most of the music segments, I've recorded late at night at home when everyone's sleeping.
So that's why.
So like typically I'm whispering, but lately I've been trying to go back and like listen to make sure like how it sounds. And sometimes I'll start over because I'm like, bitch, you're actually whispering. Like I can't tell, but you know, it actually sounds that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like lately I've been recording in the day. So like I thought that would be better, but maybe not. I don't know.
That's so funny.
Maybe I just get scared because I'm alone.
That's what I think it is.
And I'm like talking to myself.
Paying more attention to it because it's just your own voice that you're hearing. But it makes me laugh because I'm always like, the one time this bitch is quiet. It's literally like I put your thing so loud.
Oh, I'm sure
so
because I remember like when I first started recording and I was doing it late at night, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night when everyone was sleeping. And I remember like whispering because I'm like, I'm not trying to wake these people up because I'm fucking loud normally.
It's so funny.
But yeah, if you guys haven't listened to What the Fuck Are We Listening To, do that and leave a 5-star rating because Miranda is the best editor.
Thank you.
Editor-in-chief.
Honestly, I feel like I still don't know what I don't know any.
It amazes me that like you actually do know what you're doing. Like not that like you're not capable, but like I just know me. Like when it comes time to me having to do it, I know I'm gonna be like.
Well, it's like the like technical things. I don't know. I don't know the names of things. I don't know how.
But she knows what they do.
I couldn't describe it to somebody. I could not teach somebody with like the right terms, but I could like show you. These are the few things I do. Like,
I love that. And I also think it's so funny, like, if we go back a couple months, how people, like, when we first started the podcast, people were always DMing me, like, oh, can you tell me how to do a podcast? Because I want to do one. And I would tell Miranda, like, dude, look at this person slid in my DMs and wants to know every single thing you do for editing. And she's like,
I don't know. Go on YouTube.
Miranda's like, I read a book and watch YouTube videos. Like,
That's
please.
Literally, I remember it was like quarantine, like when it was raining so much. And I found this like YouTube series about like how to start a podcast and like
look at her. Look at the things YouTube does for us.
And I literally watched them all and like took notes, and that was how I figured it out. And then I was like,
like I love that for us. But yeah, we celebrated National Best Friend Day. Now we talked about the music segment, and this week we're talking about how life is so routine.
It's kind of boring, isn't it?
Like. And this is the thing, like, even though I am in a new place in life and, like, I have a new job and I have more things going on, like, I'm starting to feel that again. Like, it is just so routine.
Like, I don't have a job. I still don't have a job, people.
Honestly, like, I'm jealous of you. Like, even though I am making money, like, it sucks like waking up and being like, oh, I dedicate 100%. This amount of my time. You know, like I miss waking up and just like going to see Levi and like, you know, doing whatever the hell I wanted to do and was getting paid for it.
Well, like the funny thing is like, so that job that like I had talked about on here, I didn't get like rejected. They just basically like hire in groups. So I'm in one group and they go through their groups first. So I'm on
what the heck? That's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm on this list for up to 6 months, I think. So they could really call me at any time, and but like towards the Randy and I started talking about this around the time that I was waiting to hear back. I was like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to do this job. I don't want to do this job. So now
we're like, never mind.
But yeah, like
meant for you.
It's so funny that like your life feels like so routine, because I feel like my life does too, but I don't do anything. But it's like the same.
But that's kind of how I felt too. Like up until, I mean, this is what, my second week on the job barely. Yeah. Like even before then, I felt like I did, even though like we were on here, I don't want to say bitching, but in a way I was on here bitching about like, yeah, I need a job and oh, I'm bored and I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like being home, like this is something you and I talked about. You fall into that rut and into that hole. And even though like you don't have like a super set routine, it is a routine. It becomes a routine.
Totally. Like I do pretty much the same thing.
Right? Like
all the time. And it's like days don't matter to me because I don't have fucking anything to do. Like
that's like one thing I miss.
Like I could do anything. Not that I do much, but like I could do anything I wanted because it's
the world is yours.
Literally. But I don't know. I guess I'm like seeking out. I'm excited kind of to like get back into like a work routine.
It's honestly nice. Like I'm excited for you too. Like even though like both of us are like bleh about working, like
neither of us
just remember all the good things that come with working, like us getting paid.
Yeah.
When Miranda and I are getting paid, we're the best.
Just the best people.
Yeah, and we are.
Like not only that,
like who like, isn't?
I'm kind of excited to like, not that I even like to meet people, but like be around people.
Right?
You know?
Like
do something with
that was one thing I was a little bit scared of. And if you guys have been listening to the podcast, you know Miranda and I took COVID very seriously. Like we haven't, like even till this day we still don't really hang out.
Very serious.
Yeah.
Just because it's like there's babies in our lives.
Like so there's that. But me, like, going back into the workforce, like, that was one thing I was, like, kind of hesitant on. Like, even though, I am vaccinated, I'm like, okay, you don't know what these other people are up to, you know? So it was like, there was that. But my past week, it's been really good. I've actually have been enjoying work, thank God. And the people there are super cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I was talking to another friend of mine about this yesterday, how I'm already starting to like look forward to my days off, you know, where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I did this just this last week. And like I said, it was barely like my first week. I was like, okay, I work Thursday through Sunday. And I was like, okay, Randy, like you have these 4 days you need to get through. And then you have your day off Monday and then like back to it again. And it's like, yeah, I like my job, but it's like sucks. Like, you know, looking forward to having just a day.
Yeah. Like it's still work. And it's, I don't imagine that, like, I'm going to get a job and be like, oh, I love it here. I want to work all the time. Like, that's just so not who I fucking am. Like,
yeah, like, see, same here. Like, even though I do enjoy it, like, I just hate the fact that I'm still, like, oh, my God, I can't wait until
well, and you're like,
Monday.
Oh, I can't do anything today because, like, I have work. Or, like, oh, I can't do anything because I have to be up so early for work.
And see,
like,
I'm that type of person.
Same.
Like, even though my work schedule is kind of weird. So, like, lately I've been working nights and I'm off at, like, 11. Like, me, I'm a granny. Like, I've talked about it before. Like, at that time, I'm like, I don't want to do anything. No, like, I'm going to want to go home. Even though I don't work the next day until super late. Like, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm trying to stop doing is, I did this with my last job where, like, let's say I don't work until late. I have this idea in my head that, like, I cannot do anything all day.
That used to be me.
You know? And it's like, why? Like,
I'd be like, I need this amount of time to get ready for work. And
oh my gosh, the amount of time I leave for myself to get ready for work is stupid.
It's absurd. You know why? Because I used to like to be like, but I want to watch my show and I want to do my makeup.
That's been me with Game of Thrones.
And I'm going to take time. That's how I am. Like,
I'm going to do my hair and then watch this episode.
Like,
and then I'm going to chill. Mm-hmm. I'll go iron my clothes because I do that. I iron.
The same way. And like when I had a real job, like when I was working my 9 to 5, I did not go anywhere during the week. Like,
right? Like,
anywhere.
Yeah, you really didn't go anywhere.
Someone would be like, you want to go to dinner at 7? I'd be like, oh my God, no. I have to be in bed by 8:30. Like, I cannot. I miss that time, honestly. I loved that. I would be like, oh, I don't do anything. I just come home and sleep.
As much as I talk about like how I'm tired of the routine, it's been kind of nice because I've been so busy. Like, where I'm like
so busy.
Not just like on my phone all day and stuff like that. Like, it's nice. It's a good feeling. But it sucks because it's like I miss little things. Like, I don't talk to you all day, every day anymore.
Sometimes I'm like, what is this bitch doing? And then I'm like, oh my God, she has a job.
It's like crazy. And it's sad because like, yeah, I get breaks at work and stuff.
We get like a 30-minute break.
Yeah, I'm like trying to eat my food or whatever and like use the restroom and go to my locker and do X, Y, and Z. And then
oh my God,
I check my phone and I have messages.
Have lockers too. And I don't even think when I had a job where I had a locker, I don't even think I took my phone out because I'd be like, then I have to go fucking put it back in there. And it's going to take up 5 minutes for me to unlock this stupid thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much me at the moment. And I like it. And I think I'm trying to look at it in like a positive way where like my days off, like I do more like meaningful things. So it's like today, like I got ready, like we're recording. I want to visit my nephew. You and I are gonna go get lunch, which I'm so excited.
We're going to our favorite place.
We're going to BJ's. Guys, we love BJ's. Favorite place.
They have the best fucking avocado egg rolls, and Randy and I we just love them.
Like, I'm really, guys, like, if you guys have been listening, I'm gluten-free now. I'm about to pop some pills to eat some avocado egg rolls. Let's see. Like, I have a red eye. Once again, you guys can't see, which is why I'm wearing purple eyeshadow today because I needed
Honestly, it covers it really well.
Cover it up. But I think the avocado egg rolls might be worth the red eyeballs.
We haven't had them. The last time we had them was when we ate and like our cars parked next to each other. Do you remember that?
Yes, in my old work parking lot.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
And we bought, I actually went to 7-Eleven before and bought a tall can of Pacifico
and we split
and 2 cups and we split it. It was lovely. Wow, Corona, the things we came up with.
I know. I remember being like, this is so fun, but also so sad. Like, what a time.
Yeah.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Now we're going to go sit in a restaurant. I can't wait.
Honestly,
I hope that guy that was always our waiter is there.
Oh my God, Miranda and I, like, this is our first time going to a restaurant together. Yeah. I'm like that much more excited.
No, we went to.
Oh, we did. Never mind.
We went to the other one.
But this is our first time alone. Like, no shade to Rodrigo, but this is our first time alone.
He was our DD because
He was fun. Like, I like going out with him.
Oh, he's a great time. But yeah, this is our first time. Just
like you said, I feel like when I talk to him, I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself a little bit.
I told you.
It's fun. It's a good time. But yeah, back to this episode. Mm-hmm. Just the routine of life. What's something that you think like you want more of, like with your free time? Like, what's something you want to do, or what's something that you can do to like make it better?
I feel like, okay, I was thinking about this yesterday. I feel like I really need to like break out of my homebodiness, which is never going to fully happen because I'm just a homebody and I'm okay with it. I like to be home. But like, I think I just need to like be more open to like going to places I've never been to before. Or, like,
okay, that's like both of us, I think, for sure.
Because like it's just so much more comfortable. Like, I'm the type of person that like if I'm going to a new restaurant, like I have to look at the menu before I go and like all those types of things. And it's just like a whole experience and I don't like it. So I would like to be like more open to going new places or like, you know, hanging out with people I don't totally know, stuff like that, which I think is going to be like a process.
I think it'll take you a little bit of time. It's a process.
So too. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to like do more things. Like, I don't want to just stay home all the time anymore, you know?
Yeah. And like
I feel like
life is getting a little bit normal. Life is becoming normal again. We're vaccinated. Mommies.
The only thing holding me back at this point is like, yes, I'm still like getting money from our lovely government, but like I need like a serious income because then I'm not going to feel bad about like spending money. Like when I have a job, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'll buy whatever I want.
Yeah, that's literally it's. So I haven't even I get my first paycheck this Friday. And the other day, I bought plants. I went to buy myself a new plant because I fucking deserve it. And as I'm there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy a plant for my grandma. I bought Levi his first plant. And then I was like, oh, I can't leave my sister out.
That's literally like when I get a job, I'm like, who wants stuff?
Yeah. Anyone? No, literally. And I felt like Oprah, like you get a plant, you get a plant, you get a plant. That was me.
It's so funny too because
I love it.
So like I just got unemployment had been like fucking me over for a minute. And then they just gave me all my money. And I felt like I had that moment. Like, my sisters and I went to the mall, and I was like, oh, I need this, and I need this, and I need that. And I was like, you know what? You deserve it. Buy it.
You deserve it.
And I fucking
You had, like, clothes. A month of no unemployment. You spent Get no that money. Shit, bitch.
You spent no money. And so I did whatever I wanted. But that's what I'm, like, the only thing really holding me back at this point is, like, I need
an income.
Financial stability. And a fucking job. Like, I just need a job. Like, someone fucking
I feel
hire
like
me.
Sign me up when you find out there's a way to be financially stable and not work. Like, as soon as you find that out, please let me know. Like, that's something, I hate it, but, like, driving to work, like, this is what I say. Like, I really like my job. Like, when I'm saying this stuff, I'm not saying I don't like my job. But, like, I have that, like, I'm driving to work. And in my mind, I'm like, how could I make this money without doing a damn thing?
This is what I think all the time.
And, like, unemployment kind of fucked me up.
Yeah.
It kind of did.
So nice. Like, I'm doing nothing. And you're just, here's your money.
Like, don't get me wrong. I felt so guilty and bad about myself, like, a majority of the time. But it was nice.
Oh, same. I definitely had my moments where I was like, you bitch. Like, and then I'd be like, oh, my God, Miranda, you got all this money. And what'd you do with it? And then I'm like, then I'm, like, shaming myself. But at this point, I don't give a fuck. But I do need a job. But I also don't want a job.
I don't give a fuck, but I need a job.
I don't want a job.
And to be financially stable.
Right. When someone knows how to make money without lifting a finger, please call us.
Yeah, like slide in my DMs. That's the one time I will give you permission.
People are making money without doing anything, and how?
You know what I'm sick and tired of, though? Like this, I don't know if this has really anything to do with it, but I'm tired of men telling me to make OnlyFans.
Ew.
And telling me that I'd be great at it. It's like, okay, I know I probably would be. And Miranda's face says it all. Like, don't tell me that. Like, that's not an option for me, unfortunately.
I think about this all the time. Same. Because, like, that's the same thing with, like, being a stripper. I'd say, like, oh, I'd do it. I would never do it.
You can do that stuff. Like, I have no problem. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I just personally could not.
I wish I was one of those people. I could not be a stripper. I hate dancing. Okay. I
could be a stripper, but I just probably need to get my body all fucking.
No, you don't. I hate wearing high heels. Like, those things just don't align.
We'd be like, can we wear some sneakers in this hoe?
Yeah, I'd be like, can I wear some platform Converse? Is that fine?
Miranda's like, platform Converse. I'm going to be in cowboy boots. Oh, we could honestly,
that might be cute.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Maybe we should open a strip club.
I had the same idea right now. Oh my goodness.
This is how we're gonna make. Oh my God. Maybe this is $1 million idea.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, whores. Like, that was our thing. I said that the other day, and I was like, I miss hanging out with Miranda, and at the same time, like, in unison, we would be like, whore.
You know what's so funny?
Whore.
At my sister's graduation, it was me, my parents, and then my Nina. And someone walked by, like, I'm trying to take a video, and they walked by, I'm a fucking whores. And my Nina was all, she's like, you call people that all the time? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I kind of like it.
Yeah, like.
I was like, it's nice.
I love that, because if my Nina heard that, she'd be like. But, No, like, that was just life before COVID.
I think we're going to open a strip club, you guys.
Guys, like.
And, like, the girls don't have to wear heels. That's
okay, one thing I need to say is I've been to a strip club before.
I want to go so bad. I've never been.
Yeah, well, I went to a strip club before, and all I did there was eat. And I told you about this story.
I heard they have
the hot. Oh my god. Okay, let me tell you. Those wings and fries.
Okay, we need to go. I want to go.
If we open a strip club, I'm making sure the wings and fries.
We're only gonna have fucking
out
wings.
of this world. Like, you aren't gonna come here for. Well, you're gonna come for the strippers, and but you're wings. Also gonna come for the wings and fries.
Oh my god.
I love that. What a vibe.
Maybe that's where all my money's gonna go. We can invest in a strip club, and then
I feel like we have the podcast. Like, what's our next? Like, I feel like we have something coming. Something's coming. Well, Rodrigo kind of mentioned a little something last, and that's exciting. Hopefully, we can share with you guys.
I think we'd be so good at owning a strip club.
I think so too.
It'd be so cute.
And I know like many people who are like in the industry, like not just strippers, like people who like work at clubs and stuff. Like maybe I just have this idea because I watched Sopranos recently, and like, you know,
I've always. You know why I've like been recently fascinated with this? There's this woman. This isn't related to what we're talking about, but I don't care.
Oh, whatever, guys. This is a good episode though. I'm having fun.
There's this woman on TikTok, and she's like the house mom of a strip club, and so she like takes care of like the room where all the girls get ready, and it's so cute. She like makes them dinner all the time, and like it's like
What strip club is that?
I
Like,
don't know. I think it's in like New Orleans. And she like always buys these products for them, and she like gets products for all her girls, so they all have stuff for their hair. And I'm like,
how cute. You know what that kind of reminds me of? Almost in a way, like it sounds like a much nicer description of like a pimp, almost.
Kind of.
Like the house
There's
mom.
Like a bug in my face. Go away.
Oh. Fucking whore.
But that's like really what I'm like. Oh my god, how cute! And I'm sure they're not all like that, but.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Maybe that's what we're gonna do next, you guys. Get us famous so we have all the money to do it.
I love that. Right? That's such a good idea.
Tell my mom, this is our career path. I'm not getting a job. Mom, I'm not getting a job.
We're great. Imagine that. Like, now my mom doesn't even tell people that I have a podcast, first of all. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Because just the title, my mom is not a fan of profanity, which I've honestly been cutting back. I don't know if you noticed. I haven't been cussing as much anymore.
I haven't, but I can't. It's like so.
But I feel like with you, I do cuss. Maybe that's why you haven't noticed.
Bring it out of you.
But yeah. So she's not a fan of that. Imagine next, I'm like, Mom, Miranda and I are opening up a strip club. You know what we're gonna do? We're opening up a strip club. She's going to be like...
Your mom would be like, Miranda is a terrible influence on your life.
I don't think she would think that. I think she would be like, we're not telling anyone, but I will help you decorate the entire thing.
Oh my God. She's like, and I will be at the grand opening, but we will not post about it anywhere.
Yeah. Do not post, Randy. She's like, you don't need to put that on Twitter all the time. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, you want me to... I love my mom. She's the best.
Like a business venture. That's what they call them, right?
Like yeah. Wait, we need an LLC. You're going to be my partner?
I want to do something like... That's what I want to do with my life. Like, I don't want to work for somebody ever, you know?
Yeah. I feel like if you've been listening to What the Fuck Are We Doing, or you're friends with Miranda and I, or you just have any sort of conversation with us, you know that we don't want to be 9-to-5 honeys our entire lives.
Even like... No. Even if I like go back to school and like get the job that... I would like to have one day. I don't want to work 9 to 5. Like, I know, like, for a little maybe I'd have to, but like, I don't want to do that shit forever.
Yeah, like, that's just so not the life I was meant to live. Like,
no,
Kourtney Kardashian, my vibe is living life.
Literally. Oh my God. That's why I just want that much money. So I can literally, like, I just want to live life. You know?
Like, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, people like that who have so much money. Where I'm like, they don't even really have to work.
They don't have to do anything forever, and they'd be fine.
You know, they're just like I get that they do things. That's why they have money coming in. But it's like, imagine being able to just be like, oh, I'm going to get a massage today, a facial.
Oh,
chill.
You know what I'm going to do today? Nothing.
With my dog.
Oh, I'm going to take a private jet to wherever the fuck. Like, what did we do to not deserve that yet? I just want to know.
What did we do? She's like,
I just want to fucking know.
The rage. God put us on this earth because he knew we were great workers and that we would be much better human beings, I guess, by doing things this way. Not so sure.
I feel like he should have known. He should have known my vibe. He should have been like, this girl's not going to work.
Her vibe is living life. He let us experience that for like a year.
Yeah, he's all no.
And it wasn't the best time. Yeah.
Get back to work.
He's all, this is how it would feel. You don't want to get used to it.
Oh my God.
But okay, other things like for me, I'm like, let me try to kind of get back to the topic. Routine for me, like I said, even though I didn't have a set routine during like COVID, like I kind of had my whole school thing. So like I would do that. But I'm also, like I said, now that I'm working, I'm trying to not just like get lost in work and dedicate my entire day to like, oh yes, I have work.
Yeah.
So like ways that I can do that are waking up early. Like I've been sleeping in because my work schedule has me fucked up. But like setting that time to wake up early, do things for me, as well as like getting the things I need to get done. But I feel like it really is planning your day.
Yeah. I think that I don't know if I ever get a job again. I feel like I'm going to struggle with that because I really was like that person, and I really still am, where I'm like, I cannot do anything if I have
Right?
work.
Like why? Like why do we think that?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I have no idea. I think because I'm like such a schedule person, like, and I would be like, I need to be up at 5:30 so I can get to the office at this time, and like if I get there later, then I have to stay later, and then like.
I think like, this has a lot to do with our anxiety.
Oh, 100%. I don't think normal people function like this.
If you guys know us, and I mean, we talk about it all the time, especially this is something that like I've noticed a lot more the past 2 years, but I think as of recently, like now with the job, I've been thinking about a lot more.
Yeah.
Is on Friday, I didn't start work until 6, right? Mm-hmm. Which is late. And that whole day, I really, like, did not do a damn thing because I was like, oh, like, by this time I'm going to get ready and, like, whatever. Yeah. And I was taking my time. And my dad, I felt bad, but my dad didn't have work. And he was like, oh, like, do you want to go with me to get lunch? And that was something we used to do on Fridays when I worked at my old job. And it was, like, something cute and fun we did. Like, and he finally asked me, and I felt so bad. But my anxiety was so bad around the time of me having to go to work. I was like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And he went by himself. I felt so horrible, but he went by himself. And he came home and like I was already ready and stuff, but I was like watching an episode of Game of Thrones and like just taking my time, so I didn't feel rushed. But like that's the thing. Like going anywhere, like I have to plan every little thing because I'm like, you never know, like this might happen, so you're gonna need time there. And you don't want to rush, and you don't know if yeah, like just stupid little things that like don't really matter. Like I'm thinking about them.
That's how I am too. Like even when I worked like at the mall in college, like I would be like, okay, like I need like all this time and I need to make sure I have everything I need for work. I need to make sure I have this and I don't want to forget this and blah, blah, blah. And
Isn't it insane?
Yeah, like if the mall's packed because it's the holidays and I have to get there early so I can park.
That's like me with parking all the time. Like before when I'm driving to the mall, like somewhere that I've gone my entire life.
And then I'm like,
and I park in the same spot.
Like, do I know how to get there? Am I going to forget on my way? Like,
people are probably listening to this, and I hope you could relate, or you know someone that can, and you don't think we're just straight up weirdos. But these are things that we deal with.
Like the only places that I used to go after work, and I got off work pretty early when I had an office job because I would go in early, so I'd get off at like 3:34, and I'd be home by like 5:30. I would not go anywhere unless it was like the gym or my sister's house, and that was it. Like I would not.
I remember like once or maybe twice we like did something, but it was like coozing. And you like got drunk, and I remember the next day you're like never again. Yeah, and it's like I totally understand that because like you're drinking, but I just remember like it was either she did nothing, and then there was like the rare occasion that we did that, and it's like, you know, it proved she proved her point.
I don't know. I think I'll have a really hard time adjusting to that and being like, you can do things on your day where you have work.
That was like yesterday. My coworkers were like trying to get me to go like have a drink with them after work, and like we got off at 11.
I'd be like,
and I was like, yeah, I was like, no, and they're like, girl, like you don't even work tomorrow until like late, and I was like, I actually have the day off, but no, like, I'm like, no, it's too late for me.
We used to do that. Like, I've done that a couple times, and I remember just like being there and being like, I want to go home. Like, fucking tired.
I just want to be in my space.
Yeah, and then I'm unwind, like, about all the
take
other
the
things.
day off.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know. I feel like obviously you can't escape the routine of life. Like, that's pretty hard to do.
No. Yeah.
But a couple things obviously that we have decided so far in this episode. I feel like you just got to say fuck it and like do what you want to do.
I think so too. And like,
I feel like I was talking to a friend of mine literally earlier this morning. We were texting and I was telling him that I'm trying, like I told you this too, like I'm trying to set boundaries like with work. Like the other day they like tried calling me in and it's like I have no problem if they do that. Yeah. But like I really couldn't because I had school and I was doing all my stuff for school. And when I said no, like they're like, oh yeah, like you have school, like that's fine. Mm-hmm. But me being, I hate referring to myself as a worker bee, but I totally am. Like I am that bitch. Like I'm a worker, but I hate it because when I do work somewhere, I tend to get lost in it. Like I did this at Active where it's like how I said, like I dedicate all that time to like my job and it's like not for what, but it's like, Randy, like you can have a life outside of it. Like it's okay to like set boundaries and say no. So that's something I've been trying to do at this job, you know, so like they wouldn't take advantage of me. Like I don't think, but like, you know, like just set those things and like make myself feel better. But I felt bad. And it's like you shouldn't feel bad about that. Like your life is not work. Like yes, they are paying you.
Bad about stuff like that. I'm like, sorry. Like,
I hate it. Like I've always been that way. Like, and I think that's why too. Like I struggled during COVID because I was like, I need to be working. Like I feel like such a loser. I'm not working, and it's like that's not true. But yeah, that's just I'm one of those people.
Like less of a loser these days because I'm like, you know what? I can only do so much. Like if people
you really could
hire me, like fucking Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is obviously not supposed to be like I wanted to work there so bad and those bitches didn't want to hire me. Like so
they said no to me too.
I'm like
Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's though.
I love Trader Joe's too. I'm like I would have been the best worker. I love it there. Like
right, yeah.
They don't want to hire me. And it's so rude.
I know 2 other people besides us that they also did not hire that are great people.
Isn't that wild? And my mom was like, maybe it's like you have too much like work.
That's what I think it is.
But also like obviously I'm coming to Trader Joe's
because I need a fucking job.
Hello, like hire me. And I'm a good worker.
Hello.
All of this experience.
She said hello with the eyes.
It made me so mad. I was like, I hate that thing where people are like, oh, you're overqualified. No, that just means I'm qualified enough, so fucking hire me. Like
I feel like that's just like our brand. Overqualified.
It's just rude, honestly. I was
overqualified for most things, underqualified for some.
Yep, that's for sure.
That's us. Love it. But yeah, I don't know, just the routine of life. Like how are you guys feeling? Like I mean, most of you have been working like during the pandemic, so it's just kind of like whatever. Like, are you burnt out?
Or
like,
is anyone like me? Like, is anyone still unemployed and still just, you know?
Yeah, like living your life. Like, what are you doing to live your life right now? Like, I mean, obviously that was not something I was going to do during the pandemic. But like, let's say we were given this time off and we were getting paid for whatever reason. And they were paying us and there was no pandemic.
Oh, like, I would have been gone.
I wish like during that time, like we would have been in Europe, we would have been, you know, all over the place. And it's just like now, like we both laughed about this, but like we're both getting jobs around like summer. Like I have a job and it's like, summertime now. Fucking, I needed money. I need financial stability. But like now that things are getting more normal and like we were excited, like, oh yeah, like we're going to be outside. Like we're vaccinated and we're outside. Like now I'm like, oh, I got work. I don't know if I can make it. I got work. And it's like, is that just the way life goes?
There's always something, right? Like there's always like, oh, but I have this, or like,
I mean, that's just being a responsible adult with priorities, I think.
I wish sometimes that I was less responsible just so that it didn't like weigh on me as much, you know? But
right? Like I think that's a big factor.
I know, because I know so many people and I see so many people on like social media that just like do not give a fuck and they do whatever they want Not that we don't, but like we have like, you know, we're like, oh,
we're just very hard on ourselves.
We're responsible
and have
and like
major anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, not that those people aren't, but like, yeah, like I know people too who would work like 9 to 5s and then they're going out and partying. Like, you know, they're living their entire life. And sometimes I'm like, I wish I could do that, but like, I just can't, I guess. I don't know.
Like,
like
I'm like, these
I'm tired.
Let nothing hold them back. And here I am. I'm like, oh, it's 8:30. Like, gotta get
like,
into bed.
See, that's the thing too. And like, I'm not trying to be cheesy, but like we've talked about it so much on here, but like gratitude. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like coming out of this, like we're just very lucky to like obviously be here and living life, and you know, we have our families are healthy, like we're blessed beyond measure.
And like we are
and that's something that like we obviously need to remind ourselves. Like, I know like we do that on our own time, but like lately too, like I've been thinking like, yeah, like with work and things are getting back to normal. Like, I'm vaccinated. Like, I'm vaccinated and proud. Like, same. I will tell everyone. But it's like, yeah, I want to, like, appreciate and live my life a little bit more since, you know, God, whoever you believe in, like, has given me this chance to, like, still do that.
I know.
So I feel like that's something, like, I've been kind of struggling with when thinking about routine. And it's like, yeah, I do need to be responsible and do these things. But it's like, you like have one life.
Balance. Yeah,
you have one life, and you gotta live it. YOLO. Like, really? Remember when YOLO was like first a thing?
Yeah, I remember that very.
And everything was like YOLO. Like,
and we were like after young. We were like 15. We didn't even know.
Like, no idea. Even after stupid things, it's like, oh, like, should I do this? YOLO.
Yep.
Like,
wow, what a time.
What a time.
Take
what a
me
time.
Back, man. Just kidding. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, like anytime anyone says like take me back to any time, I'm always like, really?
The only thing that I miss about like that phase of my life is like, not that I have tons of responsibilities,
it was just like carefree,
but like you don't think about things, you don't like forecast, and you're not like, oh my god, what am I gonna do 5 years from now when like that's just not. You're just like there. You're just thinking of what's happening.
I don't know. I feel like young Randy was just like a mix of being like such a free spirit, but also like so sad and like needed to heal. Totally. And like, you know, so it's just like going back to that, like, yeah, like even then, like I wasn't worried about all the things I'm worried about now.
Like, normal things.
Honestly, I've gotten a little bit better as like the past couple months, but it's like, yeah, like I still worry about shit, anxiety
all the time,
just life.
It's just because we're getting old, and like now I'm like, oh, these are things people worry about.
Things are stressful. Okay.
Seriously, they really are.
But this is why there's therapy. Now I can afford therapy, so I'm gonna start looking.
I didn't even know there was therapy then. I had no idea. I didn't know.
We were just out there struggling, living our lives.
Like, oh, I'm good.
No thought
I'd
in
be
our.
Like, oh, I have a favorite high school teacher. I talk to them. That's good. That works.
I hang out with the nurses at lunch. They're cool.
I fucking serve food in the cafeteria. It's fine.
Oh my god, Smiley French fries. Do you remember those?
I do remember those. They were great.
But guys, I feel like this episode and this tangent or whatever we went on, I feel like it all makes sense.
And if you
don't to how the routine in our lives are.
Honestly, we don't care. So yeah.
Honestly, we don't care, and you're probably a whore. But we love whores. So, you know, the certain type of whore.
Yeah, we've talked about this, like the good kind.
It's a term of endearment. I told a guy that the other day. I called this guy a whore, but like totally playful, and he got offended. He got offended. It's my friend. He got like kind of offended. He's like, oh. And I was like, no, like it's a term.
You must not listen to the podcast.
Are you a real friend?
You must not listen. So rude.
You must not listen. But yeah, if you're loving us and you love the idea of us opening a strip club and you love the fact that we are grateful for the lives that we have, you know, if you just feel any type of way, you should leave a 5-star rating if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review. Tell your friends about us. Do all that shit because we love it.
And if you know someone that works at Trader Joe's, please get me a job because I still want to work there.
Like, we were not talking shit on Trader Joe's.
No, I fucking love that place. Like, all I wanted
to do
Trader Joe's
was
work there
for life.
And they didn't want to hire me, and I thought it was so rude.
They didn't want to hire either of us.
They literally, I called, and then they're like, "Oh, you'll hear back." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then I don't know.
And then they send you the email and like, you didn't get hired.
We have a lot of people. I'm like,
a lot of people that are overqualified,
like me, or what? My name is literally Joe. Like, hire me. Fucking rude.
What is that TikTok? I haven't been on TikTok in a while. I'm gonna go on before I meet you for lunch. Yes, I do. I'm gonna go on before lunch. I already planned. I was like, so I can talk about them with you at lunch. But what's that one sound where it's like, "There's the door, bitch"?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? That's literally what I was thinking about right now. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's it for this episode. That was fun. That was like a lot that we needed to like let out. I felt like,
yeah,
like it was
sometimes we just need to like talk on here.
Like that's the whole point of this.
It really is. Sometimes we're like, oh my god, what are we gonna talk about? And then I'm like, I feel like
sometimes we're like, what the fuck are we doing?
Pretty much every day of my life.
More like all the time. Yeah, the whole basis behind the show. So follow us on all of our socials. Those are in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Nice
so weird.
Look at Miranda's background. She's not in her closet, guys. Isn't that so nice?
I have a bed. I have plants. And that's
my it's just a vibe. I love it.
Oh, look,
oh my god, and there we are. You can see us. Love it. Well, we appreciate and love you guys. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Look out for a bonus episode of What the Fuck Are We Listening To this Wednesday. I have a bonus playlist out for you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, thumbs up,
all things.
Share, do all that. Interact with us. We love it, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.